You, what's going on? Welcome to this. Just gonna make some videos when I feel like talking. I just feel, I'm kind of bored, and it's Monday. It's the first day after the NFL playoffs have just been fully seeded. You know, the first game is coming this week, so I've been thinking about the NFL playoffs, and that's all I can think about right now. So I was gonna go do this by myself, but I thought, hey, might as well let's record this and see if anybody agrees or disagrees with what I have to say. And maybe we'll talk about some other stuff too. I don't know. But first of all, I'm Brett, and I'm gonna talk about random stuff. So look, we're doing the NFL playoffs. First, we're doing the NFL playoffs. I mean, this is what should be on everybody's mind. This is the best time of year, okay? I'm in Florida, but everywhere else is freezing. And some of these football teams are going to like that, and some of them are not. And a lot of teams are not going to be dealing with it anymore because everybody's going to stupid domes, which is the worst thing anybody could do. I think, I think it's stupid. Oh, I got my hair. Look at this. I got my red light glasses. Just got them today, actually. They're pretty cool. I feel like they're helpful. I got actually 2 pairs. Shout out. Or Horror. I don't know. I think it's an international brand. They shipped them to me. It took honestly, it just took normal 7 to 10 business days, but it felt like a while. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm just going to start with, let's just go with Saturday's game. Saturday, 4:30, we got the NFC game, okay? We got the number 4 Carolina Panthers, number 4, taking on the number 5 Los Angeles Rams, which, look, I can't believe we're already starting this off this way. I didn't even think about it, but Matthew Stafford getting the Lifetime Achievement MVP is just, he's having a great year. I think he is having a great season, but Puka, Devontae from the 1 touchdown. I don't know if we're going touchdowns as the MVP. I didn't know valuable meant whatever. Look, the most valuable player is the player that's the most valuable to the team. If you took Matthew Stafford off that team, I still think they get a wild card. Okay, maybe they're playing I don't know. They're in the playoffs. Without Matthew Stafford, they're in the playoffs. Okay, you could put Dan Orlovsky. No, you couldn't put Dan Orlovsky on that team. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Number 4, Carolina Panthers host the number 5 Los Angeles Rams. I don't know what the weather is going to be. I don't even know where they play. Do they play in? Where the heck do they even play? I know that Carolina. Do they play in Raleigh or Charlotte? They play in Charlotte, right? Yeah, Charlotte. I'm super prepared. Let's see what Charlotte's weather is Saturday. Saturday, it might rain a little bit. We might get a little precipitation, 66 degrees. It'll just be nice weather. Now, do I think this is going to be a good game? I don't know. It opened at -10. The Rams at -10, which I could see, I don't know though, because let's not forget now, the Rams lost to the Panthers, a couple weeks ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago at Carolina. So they're going to Carolina again. I don't think this is, I don't think 12 minutes ago, when I was just looking at this, I was like, the Rams are going to blow the doors off of Carolina. Forgot they played each other already, which it means something, doesn't mean something, but 10 might get minus 10.5 in the playoffs in the first round. Saturday opening up 4:30. Hey, I don't. If I'm betting on this game, if I'm betting the spread, I'm not betting. I'm not putting my money on minus 10.5. Look, are the Rams a really good football team? Yes. Could that one loss have been a fluke? Absolutely, 100% that could have been a fluke. But also, a couple weeks later, they lost to the Falcons. You know, I don't know if the Rams defense is cutting out to exactly what they need them to be in the playoffs. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. Sorry. But I don't know if that's exactly what they need to be in the playoffs. I mean, look, you can get Stafford. It's going to be raining a little bit. I don't know. Look, I'm not the expert. I'm just coming on because I just feel like talking. But I do think this game is going to be a lot more intriguing than people think. I think this is going to be a very good opening game. And it's going to be at Carolina. It's going to be raining. There's going to be weather. They're going to both have to run the football. The Rams can run the football now. They can run the football. And with their West Coast style offense, where this, Matthew Stafford can sling it down the field. And he does a lot. And I think, don't quote me, but I think he is leading the league in, or high up there in 20-plus yard touchdowns in the NFL. So he can't throw it downfield. But if it's raining, how is that going to affect what they do? I think, but with Stafford, I don't know if the rain's going to affect him as much. He's been around the block. He's been there, done that, won a Super Bowl. Is the rain going to affect him that much? I don't think so. It will, of course, a little bit, but the weather's going to be 66 degrees. It's not going to, it's a beautiful day, especially in January. Come on now. So, Stafford, I think, will be, that game earlier in the season, I think, is going to be kind of in the back of the Carolina Panthers' mind to be like, we can beat them, we can do this, and they're going to start off hot. They're going to start off good. They got the home crowd. They got the dude, 150,000. They're going to have him. If they don't open up, when they're in the tunnel, if they're not coming out to, if you got 150,000, if they're not coming out to that song, 45-0 Rams. Let's just 45-0 to the Rams if they don't come out to, if you got 150,000, easily. Anyway, whatever. Look, I am going with the Rams, but I think they win. I think they win 24-17. I think it's 24-17, and they're kind of running the ball out. If it's storming, now I might have to change it. Actually, you know what? No, 24-17. I think that is about right. I just think the experience of Stafford in the first round, I think it's tough for that Rams team. I think they're going to come out. They're going to know how the Panthers attack them in that first game, and Stafford's going to say, all right, look, still scored a lot of points. They still scored. The score's 31-28. They still scored 28 points, which is good in the NFL. I think the defense is going to say, hey, this is how they're going to attack us. We gotta maybe double Tetairoa McMillan a couple more times, and I think you got to stop the run. I think if they give the ball to Dowdle 18 times, it's going to be tough sledding for the Rams, because I think if you get Dowdle going, I think once he starts to get his legs moving and once he gets into a rhythm, like he was when they were playing really good football earlier in the season, when Chuba Hubbard went out, I think once he starts to get his legs moving, I think it could be really dangerous. And if they use him in the passing game a little bit more, I think he can get going. If they look the same as they did against Tampa, there's no way. But I think Tampa's defense is. I think they're pretty good. I think they're a tough team to run against. They're a very tough team to run against with Vita Vea and the boys up front. But yeah, I think I'm going 24-17 Rams, and it's gonna be close until the fourth quarter. And I think the Rams are gonna go down and score with like 4 minutes left. Panthers are gonna try to go and the Rams are gonna ice it with a pick or a turn of rundowns and yeah. So all right, 24-17. Rams move along. Next up will be the 8 o'clock game, Bears-Packers, which will be in Chicago. We'll see what the Chicago weather is looking like. Let's see here, Chicago weather Saturday. Packers. I'm going Packers. It's going to be snowing, cold. If it doesn't, let's see, precipitation. Oh, actually, the snow should subside. It's going to be windy. All right, look. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a hell of a football game. Let's be real. I mean, Chicago, they're a good team, and the Packers, you know, the Packers, they look okay. No Micah Parsons, which is going to be really tough. Man, let me think about this for 1 second. Let me see here. Look. All right. Caleb, I think Caleb is one of the best in the league. He can look like one of the worst in the league, and he can look like one of the best in the league. And he's shown in the past couple of weeks he can play some good football. Yeah, the Niners, they could have scored a touchdown in the end, and he didn't. Whatever. Niners are a good team. I don't think you can hold that against him. You know, he's beat the Packers. They split. This is gonna be a tough game. It's in Chicago. If the weather's swirling, I think the Packers are better suited for a game that is going to be on the ground, cold, windy. But if the wind's only around 12 miles an hour, it sounds like a lot, but really that's not that much. The gusts could get up there. But Chicago. I think the Bears are really, really, really good football team, and I think Caleb Williams is really starting to come into his own, and I think Jordan Love is. I don't think Jordan Love is playing like that. I think he's a good player, but I think Chicago is just really good. Now I know they looked bad against the Lions. And that was in Chicago, and it was cold, windy, crappy weather. But I don't see them staying down, and I think Caleb's a real good competitor, and I think he's going to bounce back, and I think Ben Johnson's going to have this team ready to go. I think they're going to be coming out of the gates hot. I think they can run the football really well. If they use that two-headed monster of Swift and Monangai, I think they got to keep giving the ball to Monangai a little bit. I think if the Bears were like, look, we're going to open the game with Monangai, and we're just going to pound the rock. And then later on in the game, you start getting Swift involved, and he can start busting them. But I think Monangai, he can carry that workload in the beginning, which this isn't what they do, and I'm not saying that they're going to do this, but I think the key to their victory is getting Monangai involved, because let's see what he was looking like. I mean, Swift led the team with 40 rushing yards against the Lions yesterday, which is not, if they come out and do that, they're not going to win this football game. They will not win this football game against the Packers if they run the ball 16 times between Swift and Monangai. And I get it. They were losing. they didn't score to the fourth quarter. And that doesn't help. But not getting the run game going, Monangai getting 6 carries, Swift with 10. I think they got to get those guys going because it will open up that passing game, and I think that will only help Caleb. And I think being able to run the football in a possible bad weather game, it's gonna be cold. I think that will only make Caleb a little bit better. Now on the flip side, let's go to the Packers. Josh Jacobs. Oh boy, if that boy can start running. If that man can run. Once again, I think the key is in the playoff, especially in the playoffs, especially in these cold weather games, not the dome games as much, not the dome games, let's say even at all. In these cold weather games, whoever can run efficiently, and if you can get 18 to 20 carries for Josh Jacobs, and he's averaging 3.5 to 4. That's going to be that'll be minimal. I think if he can average 3.5 to 4 doing that, he will be good. But I think if they run the ball 18 to 20 times with Josh Jacobs, he'll bust a couple. You know, he runs real hard, and they can get downhill, and they can run the football, man. I like the Packers, I do. But I don't love the Packers. I don't love the Bears either. But I think in a kind of game like this, I think it's in Chicago, which is going to give a little boost. I think Jordan Love also really, I know they play in Green Bay, but I don't think Love is, I don't see it. I'm just going to be honest. I don't see Love being the guy. And I'm sorry. Jordan Love. Prove me wrong. I don't have a dog in this fight. Prove me wrong. I would love to see Jordan Love go up, but the Bears are minus 1.5 at home. At night. Give me the Bears. 21-14. 21-14. No field goals made. I think. Ooh, I don't know. That's a bad idea. I think that's a bad idea. 24-16. I think the Packers go 2 field goals. 24-16. And yeah. Look. Let me see. Hold on one sec. Let's see. You know what? I'm going with it. 24-16. I think they kick some field goals. And that's it. Yeah. I'm not even explaining it to you guys. Because I don't think that's a good score. And I don't even agree with it, but I'm going with it. 24-16. Bears. 24-16 Bears. And it's just going to come down to, can Josh Jacobs get moving? And when he doesn't, can Jordan Love carry the drive? And I don't think he's going to against this Bears team. I think this Bears defense is very, very good. And I think they're going to show up in the playoffs. And the way this Bears team gets further and deeper into the playoffs is by this defense. And Caleb Williams will be able to win in sections of the game. And if he cannot kill them in the third quarter, I think the third quarter will be key for this Bears team. Of course, the fourth quarter, but I think that this third quarter, if they can come out of halftime and control the football game and force the Packers to throw the ball, the Bears win this game 24-16. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so we got the number 2 Bears moving along. We got the Rams moving along. Now, Sunday. So that's Saturday. Sunday. Bills, Jags. We get the Bills, our -1.5 favorite going into Jacksonville. Upset alert, upset alert. I don't think they're winning. I do not think the Bills are winning this game. I don't think they're good enough. I think the Jags' run defense is too good, okay? And if they force Josh Allen to throw the ball, that is not happening. It's not happening this year, I'll tell you that. In Jacksonville, weather Sunday, I'll tell you, it's not going to be bad. Let's see, Sunday, weather Sunday. Let's see, yeah. 61, nothing going on. I mean, it's going to be beautiful football weather. Pads are going to be cracking nice out there. It's going to be a tough day for Buffalo. It's going to be a very tough day for Buffalo because I think the Jags are not a team to play with. I don't think they're amazing. No, I don't think they're the greatest. I'm not saying they're the greatest team to ever play. Don't take them lightly, especially Buffalo, especially where their entire offense relies on James Cook. Okay, I think this is going to be a tough day for Buffalo. Now, Josh Allen, let's be honest. He's going to get some flags thrown for him. You know, everybody's going to be saying, oh, Mahomes is out. This guy's out. That guy's out. Lamar's not in it. This is Josh Allen's year. I don't think so. I don't think it is. I don't. I don't think they have enough firepower. I don't think they're going to be able to run the football how they're going to want to run the football. And when they do, Jacksonville's defense is going to get after Josh Allen. And their pass rush is going to get after him. And he's going to be running. And how the Bills win this football game, in my humble opinion, is Josh Allen turning into 2022 Josh Allen, or even last year, previous year Josh Allen, and making plays outside of the pocket and just Houdiniing the defense. He is going to have to get outside the pocket. He's going to have to make plays down the field. He's going to have to run the football really well. He's going to have to do a lot of good things because Jacksonville is going to own the clock. They're going to run the football really well. ETN is going to have a day. He's going to have a day. I think he's going to, he'll go for 114. He'll go for 114 with this nice weather. The Jags can run the football. They can stop the run. And it's going to turn into, can Josh Allen keep up? I can't believe I'm saying that. Can Josh Allen keep up with the Jacksonville Jaguars offense? Yeah, man. And I don't think he can. Watching Josh for this past year has not been the same. It hasn't been the same. And that doesn't mean I think his foot's hurting. I think his foot's real. I think it's not broken. Per what they say, they're saying it's not broken. But it's unless he's doing a little theatrics, unless he's doing some acting, he's dating an actress. Shout out. But yeah, I don't know. I think Josh Allen's going to have a great game, though. I think he's going to come out and I think they're going to try to, they know that, I think they know they want to run the football. Like, they know the Jags know they want to run the football. So I think Josh is going to come out and throw it. And I think it's going to be an unbelievable chess match in personnel. I think this personnel game is going to be very fun to see. I think it's going to be, how do the Jags come out and play defense in this first drive, in this first couple of drives? What do the Bills think that the Jags are going to do defensively to kind of counteract what they're doing? Are the Bills going to come out in a lot of single back formation under center? Are they going to be in shotgun? How mobile is Josh Allen going to be? Because he's been having a lot of problems with his foot, but he's still been pretty mobile. So it's not like he's been, I don't know. I think Josh Allen's a dog. I really like Josh Allen. I like how he plays. Well, recently he's been asking for a little bit too much flags, let's be honest. Which, everybody does it though. Not everybody. We'll go to a guy later that doesn't do it. But, I don't know. I think Josh is going to have a great game. Now I'm starting to teeter back and forth. Are the Jags the real deal? That's the question. Is Liam Cohen gonna? I don't know. And it's in Jacksonville. Which, let's be real, guys. I think if the Bills jump on the Jags, I think if they jump on them, which they have not done all year. They've been down early all year. And this Jaguars fan base, no offense, they're front runners, okay? They got the hot tubs. They got the pools in the stadium. They're enjoying the game. They're building more pools, allegedly. I don't know what they're doing, but we'll see. Because here's the thing, too. The Bills fans are going to travel. They're going to travel. They're going to be at this game. How loud can this Jacksonville Jaguars place be? Can it rattle Josh Allen? Not rattle him in like whatever, but can it mess up a little bit of what they want to do at the line of scrimmage? Is he going to be able to? It's going to be a heck of a football game. Let's see what the Jaguars come out. If the Jaguars come out in a heavy front where they have a lot of linebackers and they're trying to minimize what the Bills can do in the run, and Josh Allen can get outside because he's going to be able to outrun those linebackers for the Jags. He can outrun those linebackers for the Jags. And will Josh Hines Allen, the battle of the Allens, battle of Josh Allen. That's what we're dubbing this game, the Josh Allen battle of Josh Allen, battle of the war of Magellan, the Magellan game, like Magellan, which makes no sense. Anyway, this is gonna be such a fun game because the Jags are going to be thinking we can guard them. We can guard them. They're going to be running a lot of crossers. Are they going to be running man? I don't think they're going to be running a lot of man. I don't know if they're going to be running a lot of man because they love running those little crossing routes. And can you keep up with Brandon Cooks is starting to kind of come along here. Hold up. Brandon Cooks is starting to kind of come along. He's starting to make some plays for him. Is Shakir going to be able to? Is Shakir going to be able to get open? Yes, he will be able to get open. This is going to be awesome, man. And then, what are the Bills going to counter? Are the Bills going to counter? Hey, they're doing this. We're going to be throwing the ball, and then man. On the flip side of the field, the Jags just got to run the football. I mean. Etienne's got 1,100 yards on the season. He looks great. 7 touchdowns. Lawrence was struggling in the beginning of the year, and then Liam Cohen was like, bro, just throw it. Stop thinking. Just fucking throw it. And he did. And, so it's going to be interesting. I don't even know where I was going with that, honestly. That was kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, so I think the Jags will run the football really well. And I think the Jags are going to win this football game. And it's going to shock the world. Not really. But, yeah, Jags win. and it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be 32-28. 31-28. 31-28. 32-28. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Yeah. It's going to be a high-scoring game. And I think the Jags pull it off. And I think they run the ball really well. And Etienne's gonna break a lot of them. And then Josh is gonna have to fight back. And I think they're gonna struggle in the beginning. Now, if the Bills get off to a quick start, the Bills are winning this game. The Bills are winning the football game. If they get off to a fast start, they are winning this football game. If they score their first two possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, if they get 10 or more, if they get 10 or 14 points, if they can, even if Jacksonville's, even if it's 14-14, the Bills win the game. Because I think Josh Allen will start to be like, I got this. And, yeah. But I don't think they do. I think just like the rest of the season, they get off to a slow start, and they try to battle back, and I just think the Jags pass rush will pin their ears back and just go after them and give them hell, honestly. And it'll be a fun game to watch. The first half is going to be great. The whole game is going to be great, but really just see what the personnel is, and we'll go from there. Now, let's see. What's that next game? That next game is the NFC, and that is the Eagles-Niners. That game, no idea who's going to win this game. No clue who's going to win this game. This is going to be like I don't know. Look, it's in Philadelphia. Let's go to my handy-dandy meteorologist here. Philadelphia weather. 46. A little windy. 46, not too bad. That sucks for the Eagles. That sucks for the Eagles because they want this game to be cold, and it's not going to be it. It's going to start getting dark at 4:30, which, hey, that might mess up the Niners a little bit, get dark a little early. In their minds, they're like, it's 1 o'clock. Oh, but it's dark out. Psych them out at halftime or at pregame. Just be like, I don't know. Why is it dark? It should be 1 o'clock. Their internal clocks, they get off to a bad start. Don't think that's happening. I think the Niners defense, how are they going to play? How are they going to play? These two teams they're perfect for the wild card round. They're both wild cards. Who knows what these teams are going to show up and be? I mean, the Eagles could run for 350 yards and lose. This is going to be crazy. I mean, the Eagles defense, I don't think the Eagles defense is as good as they have been. I don't think their pass rush is as good as they have been. Well, because they lost a lot of guys, so that makes sense. I think their run defense is good, which is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting to see Zach Bond go against Christian McCaffrey in the passing game and see what McCaffrey can do outside the backfield, because they're going to probably be running a lot of, I don't know if they'll run a lot of man. Are they going to run a lot of man against this team? I don't know, because it's a little West Coasty. I think it'd be smart to try to go into zones, but then they can kind of pick you apart in zones. Maybe they might run a lot of like 3-match. I don't know. I have no idea. But what I think the main matchup will be McCaffrey. It will be McCaffrey on Zach Bond. That's going to be fun because Zach Bond can play some football now. He can play some football. And it will be Kittle on who they match him up with, because Are they going to put the safety on him? Are they going to put somebody else? Are they going to put Zach Bond on George Kittle? Are they going to run a little game where they're? That's going to be very interesting with the motions that they have. How well will Kyle Juszczyk be? How many catches will he have? He could be a huge factor in this game. For the 49ers on the offense, Jauan Jennings. Hey, I mean, this is gonna be an interesting game because that Eagles offense is struggling, to say the least. They're struggling, but their defense is off and on, but they can play some defense. They cannot play some defense. They can look. But the Niners are a different animal where they can get guys in motion a lot. They have Kyle Juszczyk, who is the Swiss Army knife and the unsung hero of this 49ers offense. I think he's one of the best, most utilized players in the league. And yeah, he's a fullback and this, that, and the other, but he's a very good player. And he could not win this game, but just like how in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, I forget exactly which one. It was I forget what year. It was when the Niners just stopped running the ball, and they stopped having Juszczyk in the game, and I don't know what they were doing. They were dominating the football game, and then nothing. He just came out. It seemed like he was out of the game. So if he can stay involved and play 65, 70% of the snaps, that's a good thing. That means they're winning, because if he's in that much, they're probably running the football a lot. And what is Zach Bond going to do? How is he going to? It's going to be a lot of these games come up, I think, is what I'm realizing now that I'm talking. A lot of these games are going to come down to how can the middle linebacker affect this football game? Because a lot of the times, I think it's such an unsung position right now in football that not a lot of people give love to for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with the middle linebacker position, but it's very, very, very important, especially in the playoffs, because they have to have great play recognition. A lot of these games come down to good linebacker play. It doesn't. I mean, people might not see whatever, but if they can fill these, if Zach Bond can fill the gaps in the 49ers rushing offense, and if he can play good defense on whoever he's matched up with, Kittle or McCaffrey, and can Brock Purdy find the matchups that they need to expose, if he can find who's on who, if he can diagnose that quick enough and find McCaffrey in space and find these guys in space, that's going to be very key. Now, on the flip side, let's go to the Eagles offense. Saquon's got to run the football. Saquon has got to run like he ran last year, because this year he's running really well, but there's games where he looks like he's just either hurt or something. I don't know. And maybe that was just because of the internal dynamics of the locker room, trying to get A.J. Brown the ball and trying to throw the ball more, and it not working, as well as they wanted it to. But this is when the Eagles start to be the Eagles of who they've been the last couple years. And that is a good, hard-nosed football team. And can their offensive line get that push that they've had in games this year? But last year in the playoffs, they had those. And can Saquon break a couple? Can he break a couple? Which he did a lot last year, which gave them a lot of cushion. And, I think another key factor is Jalen Hurts won't have as much pressure, because I think the Niners are they have the least sacks in the NFL, or one of the least amount of sacks in the NFL. And I think Jalen Hurts will feel a little bit more easy in the pocket, which is not good for the Niners and very good for the Eagles. And I think if Jalen Hurts has to start throwing the ball, it will be okay. I think he can get into a rhythm, especially knowing that their pass rush isn't going to be there what they could be. And it's just it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be not as fun as the Bills Jags game, but it will be an interesting game to see. It's going to be very interesting to see with the Niners on offense, because we kind of know what the Eagles are going to do on offense. You know, I think they're going to try to run the football really well. They're going to get into a little rhythm. They're going to find A.J. Brown. They're going to be trying to force him the ball a little bit. You know, their offense is who their offense is. Their offense isn't like, I don't think it's as dynamic as they want it to be or they want it to feel. I don't think it's as scary as what they want. But I think the defense for the Eagles will win them this game. If they win the game, which I don't think they will. I think the 49ers are going to find ways to get McCaffrey into space. And he's going to just give them fits. Him and Kittle they're going to not have a good time with those two guys. I just thought of this unsung guy, Ricky Pearsall. Now, we might have some white-on-white crime at 4:30 on Sunday. We might have some Cooper DeJean versus Ricky Pearsall action. That's going to be a matchup. Reed Blankenship. The exciting whites on a guy that got shot. It's going to be two guys that have a podcast who are really good at football. The exciting whites versus a guy that got shot. Now, that's some adversity. If you've ever thought of like, what's like a crazy way to battle adversity? Like who's a guy that could battle adversity? I mean, the guy got shot. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I think that will be a crazy. That'll be very fun to see if they get in motion. We got Cooper DeJean on Ricky Pearsall, and then we got McCaffrey flexing out. We got Reed Blankenship maybe coming down, which that would just be fun just for us to see like doubles, you know, like two guys on the right and one of them's McCaffrey in the slot, covered by Reed Blankenship, and the other guy's Ricky Pearsall, covered by DeJean. I mean, that's unheard of. I mean, that's like 1950s football right there. Anyway, so I'm going 49ers. I am going 49ers. I think they can run the football really well. So can the Eagles, but I think it's going to be a very fun game. I don't think it's going to be running the football like I just said. I think it's going to be getting McCaffrey 6 catches. I think he's going to have 6 catches, and they're going to be 6 catches for 114 yards. He's just going to get after it, catch a couple tosses. They're gonna have this motion going. They'll have Juszczyk coming on clear outs. They're gonna have Juszczyk coming in, cracking people from the outside. They're gonna have a game plan. Trent Williams should be back. Should be questionable with a hamstring. And our boy Pearsall, questionable with a knee, but he'll be in. He'll be in for sure. I should have done this for other games, see who the injury reports. Jalen Phillips. He looked like he got hurt the other week. That will be interesting. Will he be all right? I think he will be. I think all these nagging injuries, like the little hamstrings and the ankles, I think these guys are going to play through these. Lane Johnson with a foot. That will be a huge thing for the Eagles. He's playing though. Come on, Lane Johnson. Lane. Come on, Lane's playing. It's Lane Johnson, dude. Come on. Lane Johnson. Now Lane Johnson's gonna have a field day. I think he'll have like 3 pancakes. But I'm going Niners. I'm going Niners, and I'm going. What am I going? What's my score prediction? I think it's going to be a low score. I think it's going to be. What are we going here? 17-10. I think I'm going 17-10. I'm getting a lot of sevens. I'm doing a lot of sevens. But I think it's going to be 17-10. And it'll be a slow start for both teams. And, yeah, they're going to have to both get going. But I think it'll be 17-10. I think it'll be like 6-3 at halftime. I don't know why. I feel like the Eagles defense, I feel like it's going to be a very chess matchy game with Zach Bond. Watch Zach Bond. Watch him. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great game. If you like defense and chess matches. If you like offense and you just watch that 1 o'clock game, that Jags-Bills game, you're going to be upset. But anyway, now the game of the weekend. Oh, maybe. Patriots, Chargers. Chargers come to Foxborough. It's going to be a cold game. It's going to be chilly. It's going to be the nighttime. It's going to be Drake May prime time. He has been unbelievable in prime time lately. They're getting a lot of guys back, the Patriots. They're getting a lot of pass rushers back. Everybody's saying, oh, the Patriots don't have pass rush. Hey, Milton Williams, and Barmore from the middle. Those guys are going to have some push. And I've watched the Chargers game the past couple weeks. Yeah, their O-line is banged up, but their guards struggle with a strong pass rush. And I think Harold Landry will be coming back from the edge. He'll be back. Robert Spillane will be back with a foot. He had a foot injury. He should be back. And that Patriots defense is gonna they're gonna be ready to play. They have three great corners in Marcus Jones, Carlton Davis, and obviously Gonzo. I mean, let's just be real. I think he's had an off year. Now, I think he's still top 2 corners in the league, but he's had an off year. But he hasn't had a pick this year. He's had 0 interceptions this week against the Chargers. He will have one. He's going to track one. They're going to be trying to throw the ball over the top. Herbert likes to hold the football. He likes to hold the football. And I think Vrabel is going to want to disguise a lot of things. And they're going to be playing off and forcing them to throw the ball short. And they'll have Robert Spillane work in the middle. I wonder if Marte Mapu is going to have a bigger role in this game, because they have Gadsden, who can play some tight end. That guy can get open. That guy can make some catches. He can make some plays. That guy's going to be the number 1 guy to stop on this Chargers offense, because I really don't think anybody else on that offense is dynamic. I think Gadsden is the most dynamic player. I think Quentin Johnson is a good player, and I think he'll be able to try to get over the top. But I think we're going to know. I'm a Patriots fan, so we are going to know that. And I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good game. Now, look, I do have a little bias, but I'm not crazy. But I do think this Patriots team is for real. I think this Patriots team is very for real. And I think a lot of teams I don't know if a lot of teams are looking past it, but it looks like the Chargers were looking past it a little bit, where, they could have upset the Broncos. They could have played some guys. They decided to sit some guys. And let's see if the football gods want to come back and haunt them on that, because I don't know if Mike Vrabel will take that too kindly. Look, I know they couldn't really go anywhere, but and also, they did get smashed by the Jags. And if they beat the Broncos, would the Broncos have dropped? I don't know if the Broncos would have went to 3. I don't know if they would have had to play the Jags in the first round. I don't know exactly what would have transpired there, because it doesn't matter because it didn't happen. So we're just moving on. But I think the Chargers deciding to rest guys might come back to haunt them a little bit. I think the Patriots at home are going to come out with vengeance. First home playoff game since, I think, 19, when I believe Mike Vrabel beat Tom Brady. And I think the Chargers O-line is a little banged up. I think since the Chargers O-line is banged up, they're going to try to run the football. And that's going to be key is, Ntonga, who is the nose tackle for the Patriots, should be back. Will Bob Spillane, number 14, middle linebacker, again, middle linebacker. I think I love middle linebackers. I think that's my favorite position is a middle linebacker. Will he be able to stuff the run, which he loves stuffing the run. I mean, I think he leads the Patriots in interceptions, and he's been hurt for a while. I mean, he gets a lot of picks. Him and Hawkins. Hawkins is a good player. I think it's going to be very vital to see how well they come up and stop the run. Omarion Hampton is a versatile back. He can do a lot. Vidal, however you say it, calling him Vidal because that's what it looks like. He's a good back. He's a good back. He isn't unbelievable, but he's a very good back. So we'll see. And I think for the Patriots defensively and the Chargers offensively, I think the Chargers need to run the football. Because recently the Patriots, their run defense hasn't looked great. Now, they haven't had everybody lately, but they haven't looked great when they do. So we'll see. You know, if Drake May, I think the real MVP, most valuable player, if he can get going and that run game can get going, and I think they're going to use the two-back set a lot to be able to do different things. They can run the ball out of it very, very well. They can throw it to either running back. Both running backs can catch the football. They're very dynamic. And I think what the key to this football game is, I think the Patriots are going to get out ahead, and I think the key is, can they stay ahead? Because they've shown where they take little naps. You know, they have lapses in the game. Like against Buffalo, they're up 21-0 or 21-3, whatever it was, and you blink and it's a tie game, or they're losing, so can Diggs get open? How are they going to maneuver Diggs to get him open? No Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins is out. That's huge. Now, I don't know if these Chargers fans know how big of a loss that is for the Patriots. That's a huge loss. He does everything. He's like a tight end that can run fast, split out wide. He's big. He catches the ball, big catch radius. Very good football player. We'll see. I think Harold Landry being back will be big. He hasn't played in a couple weeks. He'll be big coming back. And I think a lot of people are saying, the Patriots pass rush isn't that good. The Patriots pass rush isn't that good. Well, they haven't had their top guys, and I think they'll get after it. And it's just, how well will Herbert be able to distribute the football? Will he be able to get the ball out quick? Will he stand there and pat the ball? Is he going to try to roll out, try to scramble play? Are the Patriots going to put Spillane on a spy? Are they going to have Mapu down there to spy? Are they going to have Christian Ellis, who's come along, Jack Gibbons, who's come along and played good football? Are they going to put somebody on a spy? Are they going to have everybody in coverage? Are they going to blitz? They haven't blitzed a lot lately. But I think if they blitz, they can get guys home and try to play above the, or on over top the receivers. If they can try to play over top and try to force the throws underneath, I think is not really what Herbert wants to do. And I think he wants that bomb. He wants that deep shot, especially in that midfield range where if they get within the 40s midfield, Herbert's going to want to try to push the ball down the field and pat the ball maybe a little bit too much. And I think that's where that front pressure of the Patriots are going to get through. And they're going to wreak havoc. And if they do, if Milton Williams wreaks havoc and him and Barmore can play some good games up front with stunts and just being able to just push these guys straight back and make Herbert uncomfortable sitting back in the pocket. Because lately with his left hand being hurt, he's been a little timid. He kind of steps back and puts his hand out and he's trying to make the play down the field, and he's thinking about his hand a little bit, and he hasn't played in a week. So I think him coming out, once he gets that one little ding on his hand, it might hurt a little bit more than it has, and it's going to be cold. It's going to be nighttime. It's going to be in the 30s. It's going to be freezing, maybe in the 20s. I think it might even be in the 20s. I think it's going to be really cold. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Now on the flip side, with offensively, I think the Chargers defense is really good, man. The Chargers defense is really good, and I think that's how they win the football game. If the Chargers want to win the game, they have to play really good defense and they have to turn the ball over. They have to get some turnovers on defense, which is going to be pretty tough. Drake's been very good. He's been very methodical, and he's been seeing the field really well. But we have seen lapses in his game. We have seen in Cincinnati, he didn't look that great. In the beginning, he didn't look great. He's had games where he's looked a little shaky when the defense kind of brings some pressure. Against the Falcons, he didn't look unbelievable. He made some good plays, but he had games where when the defense plays really well, he's not looked great. Now, he's also looked great against Cleveland. He looked really good against them. He took a lot of sacks, but he was mostly, Garrett Miles had 1 million sacks against him, but I think those were more of nothing's open. Oh, shoot, let me live to play another down. And I think that's where Drake's pretty good at that. Now, I don't know how to say the Tuipulotu. That dude is really good. 13 sacks this season. He's been playing really well. He'll be able to try to get after the quarterback, but the O-line for the Patriots have looked really good, especially in pass protection, and Drake has been able to maneuver in the pocket pretty well. Now, Khalil Mack. I mean, this is his last hurrah. I think this is his last. I think this is his last season. Maybe not, but he's going to give it his all, and I think it's going to be interesting to see him versus the two guys outside. I think him versus Morgan Moses. He might give Morgan a run for his money, but I think he plays a little bit more on the offense's left. I think whenever I see him, he's playing a little bit more on the offense's left. So it'll be him versus the rookie Will Campbell, who's coming off an injury. He played this past week, and he looked good in run protection or run blocking. And will the running backs be able to run the football? And I think the Chargers are a really big team, and they like to play that physical type of play, especially on offense too. They like to play that physicality, bring it in tight, smash mouth football. They love that type of football. And I think that will be tough for the Patriots in that aspect. But if they can force the Chargers to throw the ball, because I feel like Harbaugh, once he starts to feel that the run game isn't there as much, I feel like he wants to start to sling the ball down the field. So we'll see. I think this is going to be, look, I know I'm a Patriots fan, but it's going to be 32-13 Patriots. I think this is going to be a rout. I think the Patriots are getting hot right now. And I think the Chargers they're scuffling a little bit. I don't think they're scuffling, but I think they're underestimating this Patriots team coming in. I really do. I think they're underestimating them. And I think the Patriots are going to come out and play some good football. They've been running the ball really well early, which has been good for them. And Drake's looked good in the cold. How is Herbert's hand going to feel in this weather? We saw Rodgers last night with the left hand injury, working it a lot, didn't feel comfortable. Now, we don't know the difference of injury, how severe it is, but I think Herbert, having that in the back of his mind, maybe not thinking as much. I don't think they're going to underestimate him so much where they're going to be like, oh, there's going to be no pressure, but maybe. If they come out and they think there's not going to be pressure and they're going to be trying to push the ball down the field, Milton Williams will have like 3 or 4 sacks. Even as a nose tackle, he'll be getting after him. He'll be getting after it. And Tonga, they have a very good front, and they're gonna if they blitz too, which we don't. As the Patriots, we don't blitz a lot. The Patriots do not blitz a lot, comparatively to like what I see. They like to play coverage a decent amount. So we'll see. I think I think it'll be what I say 32-13. I think that's about right. I think it'll be Drake May will throw for 340 yards. And Travion Henderson and Ramondre will both break a touchdown. In the pass game or the run game, they're gonna break some runs, and it's gonna be a track meet for Travion. And look out for Kyle Williams on go balls, on little moves, little stutters, go balls. I think they're going to get after it. And I think on defense for the Patriots, it's going to be interesting to see who they put on who. I think Gonzalez being on more of like a Keenan Allen type side will be good. And I think they should. This is not what they're going to do because this is not what they've done all year. But I think they should just go man coverage. Marcus Jones on McConkey, Quentin Johnson. You know, I would kind of switch Keenan Allen. I would just stick Marcus Jones on Ladd McConkey anywhere he goes, and then just kind of play games with Gonzo and Carlton Davis, and just kind of try to bait them. Try to maybe play a press underneath, and try to bait a throw over top. Javen Hawkins can come in and make some picks. Because you can do that with Gonzo because he has good press technique, and he has really good recovery speed. So he'll be able to kind of press, stay under him, stay in his hip pocket, and be able to know that there's a guy over top. So if there's a ball over top, the other guy will go, and he'll be able to kind of play that underneath routes, play those comebacks, because they're going to be wanting to throw those comebacks a lot, especially with Quentin Johnson, because they're going to be trying to get him stretching the field, and they're going to try to want to get that Gadsden underneath or over the middle, where Spillane will be able to drop into coverage, and he's been very good in coverage when he was. They're going to test his foot for sure. They're going to be testing his foot. They're going to see what he can do. They're going to be running the football early, see how well he's moving on it. Maybe testing out the middle of the field early, see how he's moving on it. See if they're running like a little cover 2. See if he's dropping into that deep middle read, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game. I do think it's going to be 32-13, but I think I think it'll be interesting for the first little bit, and I think everybody will kind of realize Drake May is the real deal, and he'll put the ball where it needs to be. And the Chargers have a great passing defense, but so did a lot of teams. So did the Browns. I mean, like I said earlier, he did struggle a little bit, but struggling is still 26 points, upper 20s, and struggling for a lot of other teams is not that, so we'll see. All right, in the last game, let's see. What is this last game? We got Steelers-Texans, and I think the Texans are going to win 28-3. It's going to be... And I think it's just going to be because of interceptions. I don't even think it's going to be... I think Rodgers is really going to struggle in this game. It's going to be in Pittsburgh, but When Rodgers has a lot of pressure in front of him, tends to struggle. They will have DK Metcalf back, which will be big, but Stingley on Metcalf, and they'll just that's going to be their only offense. I mean, that and those little swing routes. I think the Ravens should have beat them last night. I don't know. I wish that wasn't the main game on Monday night. That should be the 1:00 game, and the Bills Jags should be that Monday night game. But you never know. I mean, you never know. Houston's a -3. They're a good football team. I don't think they're great. I don't think it's because Houston is unbelievable. Like everybody's saying, oh, you don't want to see Houston. You don't want to see Houston. They don't scare me. Like if I'm any of these teams, I'm not looking there being like, oh, I want to play this. Like, they don't scare me. I don't know. I think the Texans are going to come out and play really good. I think now the Texans on offense are not scary at all. I don't think. I think oops, sorry about that. I kicked my thing. I don't think they're scary. Nico can get going. Steelers just don't have a good defense. They busted a lot of coverages against the Ravens. It's gonna be, honestly, I don't even think it's gonna be 28-3. I think it's gonna be like 13-3 or 17-3 or something like, or 6, or maybe they'll score. I think it'll be like 7. Actually, you know what? It could be a closer game. It could be like 17-10. I'll give him that. I'll give him 17-10. I think DK Metcalf's going to catch a bomb. I think he's going to head top Stingley. And it's going to be great coverage on Stingley. It's just going to be DK Metcalf is a massive human being running down the sideline. And he'll get one. Because Rodgers is going to be looking for it. He's been looking for it with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and he hasn't found it. But he's going to be looking for it with Metcalf. And Metcalf is going to, I mean, you run 7 go routes, you throw 7 go routes, 1 for 7, one of them is going to be a touchdown. So they're going to be looking for that at midfield and taking those shots, maybe on the plus side of midfield, maybe around. I mean, he actually did take a couple of shots like around his own like 35 last night, but yeah, I think it'll be like 17-10. Rodgers will have 2 interceptions. CJ Stroud will throw one, and with a miscommunication. I think he's going to try to throw it and be like, one of those things where he like throws it and like it's like, and like the guy like bobbles. He's supposed to sit down in the route in his zone, and he keeps running. He does one of those. I think it's going to be one of those kind of interceptions because he's going to see it one way, but yeah. So I think that's what we got. I think those are our winners. And I'll go through it again. I think we got the Rams over the Panthers. I think we got the Niners over the Eagles. I think we got the Bears over the Packers. I think we have the Texans over the Steelers. Sorry, this is not in the same order. And Jags over the Bills, and the Patriots over the Chargers. And that will set up Texans, Patriots, that will set up Jags, Patriots, and Broncos, Texans. And on the other side, that will set up the, that will set up the Niners versus the Seahawks, and the Rams and the Bears. And we'll see if I'm right with that. We'll see next week. We'll refer back to this one. And, yeah. But that's it. That's it for my playoff. That's it for my first round of the playoffs. You know, that was pretty fun. I'll probably end up doing these more. I like doing this type of stuff. I've always thought about wanting to do this type of stuff, even if nobody watches, nobody listens. I'm having a good time. I'm thinking about it anyway. This is what I'm doing during the day. So I'm at work, working, and thinking about football, so might as well just talk about it, and we'll see if what I said comes to fruition. And I think, once again, I think the main thing, like we talked about, is the middle linebacker play this week is going to be huge. I think the middle linebacker play is going to be very big this week, especially in the Niners Eagles game. I think Zach Bond will be the player of the game, or the opposite of the bad player. It'll either be the player of the game, or maybe on him that they lose. Maybe not, but I think he's the decisive player. I think also Robert Spillane in the Patriots Chargers will be a big player. I don't think he'll be the decisive player. I think it'll be a good game, but Jags Bills, Jaguars middle linebacker, I think will be the same thing. I think if the Jags, I don't even know who their middle linebacker is. Is it Olakun? Is that their middle linebacker? I think it is. If Olakun can play good football and shut down James Cook, because I didn't even talk about James Cook in the passing game. They're going to be trying to get him the ball any way possible. So whoever is covering him, James Cook's the player. So we'll see. Anyway, well, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, sick. If you didn't, then you're not seeing this anyway. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week, because I'm gonna do this for the rest of the playoffs and for other sports, and I think I'm gonna make more videos and just post them. I'll make little playlists, maybe sports and things like that. This will be separate. Maybe I'll do some of my interesting things. Make cooler backdrop for everybody so you can look at. Yeah. So, see you guys next time. Peace.